In today's video, we're talking about losing streaks. You know what that is, Will?
Hell no.
Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about losing streaks for real. Will really doesn't know what those are, but I'm going to talk to you guys about losing streaks. Will has never taken a loss ever in his trading. Right, Will?
Yeah, that's correct. 100% win rate. Only going for 3,000.
Oh my! See, you know what the crazy thing is though? There are really people out there who like have that level of ego about trading. Like, oh, they don't take losses.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Which is just, that's a bunch of baloney, guys. I know I shouldn't have to say this, but it really is. It's so baloney.
We all take losses in the markets, and today's topic is going to be about how to actually handle losing streaks effectively, how to get over them, how to move past them, because they happen to everybody.
Absolutely.
Even the best traders in the world, they have times where things are not going well for them, drawdowns, losing streaks, whatever that means for you. Different strategies are going to lose more often than others, right? So you might have a strategy that's a super high win rate that causes big losers every once in a while, or you might have the opposite, lots of little losers and the occasional big win. Especially if you trade like how I do, and maybe like how Will does as well.
Yeah.
I'll talk about mine for a second. I take about 50-50 historically so far on my trading. It's like 50% wins, 50% losses, and I take a whole lot of small losses and small wins, and then the occasional big win.
Big win.
That's kind of the breakdown of how mine works. So this video, I have a lot of experience in losing streaks, which doesn't sound good, but it's important to understand that losing streaks happen to everybody, especially depending on what your strategy kind of is.
Right.
So Will, with your trading,
yeah,
do you have losing streaks like often or infrequently? What do losing streaks look like for you?
I think for me, my losing streaks, they're definitely because I would say, if I'm to compare like win to losses, I would probably say it's like 60-40.
Okay.
And mainly for me though, it's because I don't set my stop loss, but this is just my strategy because I don't want to risk as much. My stop loss is usually tight, and sometimes it just gets hit, which is like the nature of the game, because I'd rather just tell myself like get out of that loss immediately, cut it short, and try to get a winner that will run.
Sure.
And mainly mine is like trend following. I did do like reversals like last year, but I was kind of doing both, trying to figure out what to do. And trend following worked a lot better, so that's something that I've been following and doing a lot more this year during my trading. So yeah, so I've definitely experienced losing streaks. Obviously, I mean, I trade things that are like volatile too, so definitely I have. But the thing about it is with my losing streaks, how I say like, okay, I'm going through a losing streak, I just stop and I move on until like the next day. And I try to do something better that I didn't do that day prior that caused like a losing streak, right?
Yeah, and I think that that's a good point to start with on constructive ways to work your way out of a losing streak. The number one thing, sounds super obvious, is to stop losing constantly, like stop losing quickly. So what I mean by that is like what Will just said. Let's say you take a trade and it goes south and you're like, well, shoot, I just lost some money. And then you take another trade the same day and you take another loss and it's like, well, shoot, I lost more money. For me, 2 trades in a row that I lose in a single day, I'm done for the day. I'm not taking any more trades for that day.
Yeah.
I'm not really a day trader anyway, so it's kind of infrequent that I would take 2 quick losses in a row. It certainly has happened.
Right.
But for the most part, for my strategy, swing trading, you know, for me it's about, okay, I'm not going to make tons of mistakes in one day because I'm not going to let myself get to that point. So many traders, many of you guys might relate to this. Take a trade, you lose. Take a trade, you lose, and now you're frustrated, right? And this is the danger zone.
Yeah,
right?
that's the danger.
You're like, oh shoot, well this stupid market's got to go back the other way now, or like I'm gonna double down here, or you know I'm gonna quadruple down here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it gets easier to make stupid mistakes.
Exactly, and I've been there, honestly, y'all. Especially with trading US 30 and other things, it's just like, especially when I was new, I would just get upset and I'm like, it has to be going here though, because you're looking at fundamentals, like the world is in a good place, so you're like, why is the market reacting this way, like the opposite. It's just like today, for instance. Like, I think I saw an alert today, and it was like retail sales are up 5%,
Yep.
as in comparison to 1%. And then the Dow like plunges 100 points.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? So, you have that thing where it's like, but it has to be going this way. But sometimes that's just how it is. You just have to adapt to the market that you're in.
Right.
And not revenge trade, because revenge trading will cause your account to also be blown.
Yes, we're trying to avoid blown accounts, and that is what happens to losing streaks, right? If you let a losing streak get out of hand, that's probably the number one way to get an account blown. Actually, I would say though that I think the fastest way to blow accounts is to put on big sides with no stop loss and cross your fingers. And I say that, it sounds funny, but unfortunately that's what a lot of people get themselves into.
Yeah, they do.
Man, I wish I didn't get so many messages from people that were like, Nick, I'm short on this. What is it going to do next? Like, please help me.
They're
like,
talking to you while they're in the trade.
They're talking to me while they're in the trade. And I'm trying, like, it is funny, but at the same time, it's like sad, because it's like, man, I wish you would have reached out to me before you were in this massive drawdown.
Exactly.
And so many people get themselves caught up in that. They take a giant position. They've sold themselves. They've told themselves they're going to see this thing turn into a giant profit.
Yeah.
And that's another way to just immediately wipe out the chance of blowing your account by a strong margin. You're much less likely to blow an account if you take smaller positions and you don't go all in on a single trade ever. That's not what successful traders do for the most part, right? Successful traders don't go all in.
Yeah.
They take small risk to try and make good return. And that concept, yes, you're going to have losing streaks. And the whole point with us saying like losing happens to everyone is because losing streaks are not only okay, they're inevitable, right?
Yeah,
Even
of
if you have a
course.
60% win rate, like Will's idea, right? So if you have a 60% win rate and you still take 40% losses, inevitably, just the way of probabilities, you're still going to take 5 losses in a row every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
You might not be taking it every single day, but every once in a while, that's healthy. That's normal based on the probabilities of your strategy. You have to evaluate in your own way of trading, how frequent should I be seeing losses, and how okay is it if I take 3 trades in a row that become losers? What about 5 trades in a row become losers? Is that okay? Because if you're risking 10%, I can tell you right now, it is not okay.
That is not.
Right? If you're risking 10% per trade and you take 5 trades in a row that lose,
You're halfway down.
you're halfway down. And what do you have to get back to break even? You gotta-
50%.
Well, you think so, right?
Yeah.
Right off the bat, it seems, okay, you're at 100%, you're
Ours
down
is
50%. It's 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, because you just cut your capital in half, you got to double your account just to get back to break even?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's rough.
That does not sound fun, right? So it's
No.
about understanding that, okay, losing streaks are going to happen, keeping your risk management in check so that those drawdowns don't kill you is really key.
Exactly. That is so true. And knowing, like I said, like in about winning streaks, like you have to stop yourself. Like at some point, I think that should be in every trader's like plan. You have to just know when I'm just like done if it's not going right, and not revenge trading. And then I think it's just really about like the mental is the hardest part about trading. So you have to really ask yourself the next day, wash off yesterday, because
Right.
the market's not out to get you. It's not like, you're just getting tagged because, the pair is like gunning for you. It's just
Yes.
like,
That's
you gotta
a great
just,
point.
you just gotta like wash off yesterday. And for real, it's cliche, but honestly, it's a new day, new opportunities, new, all of that like cliche stuff, but it relates so hard to markets.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think what you said, two things there that were really, really important. A fresh day and a fresh approach is great, and stepping away from the charts after a losing streak is so important.
Yes.
Taking walks, just closing down your trading platform. I know Joe inside of the VIP group, his tip is to delete the MT4
That's
app.
good.
So
That's
he's
good.
like, I'm not looking at it because I can't, right? I'd have to
Yeah.
go install it just to look at my position and log in and all that stuff again.
That's so good.
Great idea. He even says he doesn't even like to have the app on his phone a lot of times because he's like, I'll just leave it on my computer. I'm not going to make my decisions from my phone anyways. You know
That's
what I mean?
so
Kind of
good.
smart. I thought that was a good idea. So shout out to Joe. That was a great tip that I
Great
heard him
tip,
talk
Joe.
about.
Great tip.
So that's a big thing. And also what you said there is like, don't think that the market is out to get you, because you guys, we got to humble ourselves. We are so small. We are like guppies in the ocean.
Yeah.
When it comes to how much money and what the real money in this market is all about.
Yeah.
Hedge funds, a lot of times they're not trying to chase our stop losses.
Exactly.
They're not trying to chase $50 from Alex in Kentucky.
Right.
They're trying to chase millions and billions of dollars from other hedge funds, other institutions, other banks, people who are making other investment decisions, right? They're battling each other more than they are battling us little retail guys.
We're just caught in the crosshair.
Yeah, we're just we're jet skis and they're a freaking yacht, right?
Exactly.
Or no, they're a Titanic.
Exactly.
And we're hoping that they'll hit an iceberg and we can kind of like ride the wave. That sounds terrible. I take that back. We're not trying to hope anything like that. The point is, my analogy was close. They're big in the ocean, and we're very, very small little jet skis trying to ride some waves.
Oh yeah.
So
big time. That's a really good point too.
Yeah.
Like that's the big money, honestly. So
Yes.
it's just like, you know, I mean, like if you can master that and just that be implanted in your brain, I believe your trading will automatically get better.
Yeah.
As long as you're having that in your brain, and of course if you know, you got to test out what you're doing as well. The boring stuff. But I was doing that like when I first got here with Nick, like I was like testing it out still. And I had been doing that for like a couple of years, like trying to figure it out, you know? So, I mean, that's all like really important stuff.
Well, and that humility and taking responsibility with your trading, that's probably one of the most key components. When you see somebody who is egotistical in the markets, they are not making money. Like it's a 99% sure. I would take that bet every time that they are not actually consistently profitable if they have a huge ego.
Yeah.
Because the markets will slice that right off the top, right?
Oh,
They'll
yes,
be like,
they will.
oh, you got an ego? Oh, we'll try that one out, right?
So true.
So, you know, the humility and taking responsibility. When you're in a losing streak, accept that, okay, well, maybe I'm not the hottest trader in the whole wide world. Maybe, you know, take it as a lesson. Don't take it as an insult, right? Don't take your ego as crushed by a losing streak, but rather, okay, you're having a tough time in the markets this month. Let's take a step back. Let's do some back testing. Let's study what's going on in the markets. Have things drastically changed? How's my strategy performing overall? Like, evaluate the drawdown you're experiencing. Evaluate, is this normal compared to my back tests that I've done? All that stuff, it comes with the responsibility rather than trying to blame the market or blame somebody else or blame somebody on the TV
Exactly.
for you losing your money.
Exactly.
Right? Taking responsibility. That's like the hard dad truth right there. It's like when your dad tells you
That is the
you
dad
messed
truth.
up.
Exactly.
And
That
you
is
got to take responsibility.
That
you know?
is such the dad truth right there. And it hurts, y'all. It hurts. But honestly, like us saying this, like you can be listening to us, but you'll never really know until like you experience it or you have. And now you're like, oh, I get it now. You know, I can't be doing this because this is hard-earned money in here. And once it's gone, guess who has to replace it? More than likely you.
Yes.
And that hurts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and the sooner you take responsibility, I mean, we could go big picture. Taking responsibility in life is important.
Yeah.
But because this is a trading channel, let's start with your trading. Right?
Exactly.
You're not going to make any money in trading until you start taking responsibility for every trade that you place.
For sure.
Nobody else is to blame. The market's not to blame. You, your psychology, your emotions, your decisions, that's all on you. And that's empowering when you turn it around. When you say, you know what? I have the power.
Yeah, for sure it is.
I have the power.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I can do this.
Everyone's at their charts now, like, I got the
No, they're
power.
sitting there watching the screen. They're like, I've got the power. That's what we want, guys. That's the idea. Take responsibility. Become the trader that you want to be, and accept losing streaks on the chin.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's what we've got. Will, you got anything else to add on that?
Other than that, I think we always say, like, one time we were like, you want to live to trade another day.
Yes.
That is like something that you should take away from like this video. Live to trade another day, and don't blow your account. This is a long game. It's a marathon, honestly, and
Yes.
yeah, as long as you have those principles, you'll be just fine. So we hope y'all enjoyed the video.
Yes.
And be sure to give it a thumbs up, of course, so other traders just like you can see it, and subscribe to the channel because we'll have more to come. And
thank you guys for watching. You guys
Thank you
are
so
awesome.
much.
We'll see you back next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to like the video down below, because if you don't, you're statistically 84.72% more likely to blow an account in the next 48 hours. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, that's just facts. If you enjoyed that video and you want to see more free content here on YouTube, I'll be popping up some videos on the screen now. Go ahead and click anything that looks interesting to you, and thank you so much for supporting the channel.